Good morning. It's about 10 to 9. It's actually a rainy day today. Just making my morning cup of tea. I always try to get up earlier than Izzy, just so I can have that bit of time on my own. Kind of helps me to start the day centred and feeling in control. More so when she was younger. I actually don't mind the rain. I'm standing here on my doorstep looking out. There's a couple of little birds up there. Hang on, I'll show you. There's a kind of cool, moist air coming in and it's quite pleasant actually. I actually managed to wash up before bed last night. Yay! So I don't have to do that this morning. My new trolley came. Check this baby out. You know you're over a certain age when you get really excited about a new shopping trolley. There we are. It's taller than the old one and deeper but not as wide. So hopefully it has a similar capacity. But it's very lightweight. I'll leave a link in the description if you like. Look, never used before. Highlights of today include a massive big Iceland delivery coming between 12 and 2 because I was having what I thought might have been symptoms of the corona yesterday, but I'm sure it was just hay fever. I got a big shop in thinking we needed to isolate. Now I don't think we need to isolate. I'll give it a few more days and see, but yeah, I'm so happy about a big shop. When there's not a pandemic on, I would normally have a big, massive online shop about every 1 to 2 months and get loads of things like tins of tomatoes, sparkling water, tins of pulses, and big bags of things so that when I do go on foot with just what I can carry or put in my trolley, I don't need to get that much during the rest of the times. So I haven't been able to do that in the pandemic because everybody needs a delivery and you can't get one. Oh, is he's getting up? Just creeping around like a little mouse. And also when there's not a pandemic on, I'll see IB, and every so often he'll be dropping me home after somewhere and he'll say, do you want to go via a supermarket? And I'll say yeah, and we'll go in the shop and I'll get a massive shop and put it all in his boot and just bring it in. So there hasn't been any of that, so it's been forcing me out to the shops like up to 3 times a week, and I don't want to because of the pandemic. So I'm hoping now this massive shop, I spent too much money, will reduce the frequency of shop visits for a while. It is now 10 o'clock in the morning. I've got my vlog all ready and scheduled to be released at 7:30 tonight, which is the time I always release them. UK time that is, and Izzy's just started her maths. I'm making another cup of tea and I'm going to get myself some breakfast now. I'm very boring at breakfast time. I love corn cakes with Marmite and butter, and that's my breakfast, and I just flipping love it. So you're probably thinking, what on earth is that thing? That's an IKEA food saver thingy. I think it's meant to go over cans and things, but I put them on my rice cakes to stop them going soft. Correction, corn cakes. Though I do have in the cupboard backup rice cakes because you can't get corn cakes from everywhere. And I would just be in horror if I was to run out. So I have my emergency backup rice cakes. I don't have rice cakes coming from Iceland. Oh no. It's all right though. I reckon I've got a week's worth there. Should keep me going. My tea is steeping. Ta-da! I kind of got impatient and had a bit of a nosh out of that one. Does anybody else eat their breakfast while they're making it because they're too impatient to wait? Or is it just me? It's 11 AM now. I've had my breakfast and got dressed and I've put my hair in buns today. Now, look, that's all the hair I have. My hair is so thin. Look, that's all of my hair there. I was always so envious of people that had lovely thick hair. Anyway, there's not much to do today, but I'm going to clear the decks a bit so when the big shop arrives I can just start, you know, the horrendous wiping down of every item that comes into the home. Oh, I'll be so glad when I don't have to do that anymore. I'm actually going to mop this floor because Izzy keeps spilling orange juice, neat orange juice there, and then she wipes it with a bit of kitchen towel but she doesn't properly wash it. Now the whole floor is just sticky. It's like when you walk, you know what I mean. I must admit I'm not a frequent floor mopper. It's just one of those things I do when it really needs doing. This is how everybody dries their floor, isn't it? All done. I even got a bit carried away and did some in there as well, but not all. It's 11:30 now, and that means it's coffee o'clock. And it's also an hour until Izzy stops for lunch. So I reckon I could fit my flute practice in now. Yes. I will have to listen out for the Iceland man. I'll get Izzy to listen out for the Iceland man, because if I'm practicing in the cellar, I might not hear him knocking at the door. Sounds like a plan. Well, even if I do half of my practice now, at least that's half of it in the bag and definitely done today and fitted in. I'm just having a little go at some old studies that I printed out years ago from www.flutetunes.com, from which you can print loads of free sheet music. So that's an absolutely fantastic resource for flute players. I haven't played classical for years and years and years, so this is just all as rough as a badger's backside, shall we say, politely for the channel. But I'm having a go and I'm really enjoying just having a go again. It's been years. It's literally just for my own personal enjoyment. And also I think along the journey of just going through it all, I'm just going to find little bits that I find difficult that I'm going to be able to identify and then just work on a little bit in the context of the piece, rather than doing it all from really concentrated technical studies, which is what I normally do when I've got to just keep my technique fluent in a very time efficient way. You know, it's not necessarily the funnest way of doing things, but now in the lockdown I can do what I like. Rough around the edges, but you know, having a go. In the meantime, I've had a text from Iceland. If you're watching this in another country and you think, what on earth is she on about? Iceland is one of the supermarket chains here in the UK, and they are delivering soon between 12:23 and 12:53. And this is the current time, so I should go up and be available really. And I should think about what to feed Izzy for lunch as well. It's a bit unpredictable, isn't it, when you've got a delivery coming in a sort of window like that. You're not sure exactly when they're going to turn up. What am I going to feed Izzy? I don't want to let her have another tin of spaghetti hoops for lunch. I want to fit so much stuff into my day, but cooking is really time consuming, isn't it, mums and dads? When you're on your own, you might not like bother so much. If I'm on my own, like on the rare occasions Izzy's not in, I just eat anything. I just grab a bit of toast or whatever, make myself a sandwich, and don't worry. But I've got my young one to nurture and nourish. I feel like I need to cook her a proper meal, you know, a couple of times a day at least. But it eats into your time, doesn't it, when you've got a lot of things you want to do and you're excited to do so many things. Izzy has talked me into letting her have the ready meal lasagna, which has got meat in, for her lunch, and I was very easy to persuade because really today I just haven't got time to cook or anything. But I am microwaving her some frozen peas and sweet corn to have with it. I just feel like I needed to have something healthy. Look, news just in. Schools to reopen in Wales on the 29th of June. All schools in Wales will reopen on the 29th of June, the Education Minister has said. They will be open to pupils from all year groups for limited periods during the week, with only a third of pupils in school at any one time, Kirsty Williams said. Schools and councils will make their own decisions over managing the return. The summer term has been extended by 1 week to the 27th of July, and the autumn half-term holiday will be stretched to 2 weeks. Parents who choose not to send their children to school will not be fined, and children who fall into the shielding category will carry on with online learning. Oh, the Iceland man's here. It's here, and it's come in bags, which is much easier than usual. I've had an absolutely mega shop, which hopefully is going to seriously reduce the amount of times I have to go shopping. So I haven't really got a lot of perishables. It's frozen and cupboard items mostly. There's a little bit of fruit and veg in there, but not much. Got to wash all this now, wipe it up. Izzy's going to help me. And yeah, I know, Coke, I know it's unhealthy, but we do ration ourselves and we get through it very slowly. It's kind of our alternative to going to cafes and things. If we go on a walk, we take a chilled drink with us and it's like the treat at the midpoint, you know. I know, I'm flawed. I confess. Gone a bit crazy on the ice lollies, am I? All the pound multi-packs. I am scrubbing tuna steaks. The fish was on 3 packets for a tenner, so that will last us for ages, and it's obviously very nutritious. Had to get some Greg's items, of course, as he likes tuna. Fish fingers, 28, that should keep us going for a while. I'm having to take things out of boxes and put them in freezer bags just to fit them in the freezer. There, that's 2 boxes worth there. Okay, I could not possibly fit one more thing in this freezer. Everything's absolutely jammed in to the hilt.
It's going to be like Jenga when you try and open it. Like you're going to try and get one thing out and everything's going to fall out.
Possibly, yeah, right. I made a bit of a boo-boo. I really did. Look, I got a loaf of bread. I just wasn't thinking. I had bread in the freezer and I've had to take it out to make room for the other things. So Isabel, you and I have got to eat the bread.
Oh no.
And as soon as we eat something out the freezer, freeze slices of that bread. Right, seriously, we're going to have to eat bread. Because I don't even eat bread much. I've eaten toasties and sandwiches when we're out, but I don't make toast and things like that in the house. Isabel's really helping me. She's been wiping things down. We got fizzy water again.
I didn't even realise I haven't had fizzy water in ages, and it's my life.
We love having squash with fizzy water or just fizzy water, don't we?
It's like homemade, healthier Coke.
I suppose so, yeah.
Squash.
I've got to be honest, I don't really like drinking plain water, but fizzy water, I can drink gallons of that. So.
No, don't drink gallons of it. We need to spare this out. This is all we have.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in moaning about it. There's a pandemic going on, so there's no point in moaning about not having fizzy water. But now we've got about 5 bottles of it.
4 bottles.
4 bottles? Oh, I thought I did, but more than that.
Oh, well,
I thought I ordered 6.
I've only seen 4.
I think I went for 6.
Well, I need to check. Is there more in different bags?
Maybe. I'm having a very icy drink to use up the ice cubes that had to come out of the freezer to make room, and hopefully we don't have any injuries because the cold packs have had to come out as well. I'm on to the last few bags of drinks. Oh, there's his folic acid alarm. He has to take folic acid once a week because of her meds. Water. Lots of Alpro because it's the only thing that doesn't curdle in coffee in the way of soy milk. And I got myself some beer for the weekend as well. Well, several weekends. I stocked up on that too. Just realised my update didn't update because I went on to the Iceland website yesterday evening having remembered about the bread, and I took it off and I put Satsumas on, and that hasn't happened. So, very strange. Oh well. Never mind, we're still in a much better position today than we were yesterday. That is all wiped down and put away now apart from those, but I'll probably put them in the cellar in a bit. That's used up my entire lunch hour. Look at the time. Izzy's going to be expecting me to do some work with her now, but I need to eat. I'm going to have a toasty because I need to get on the bread eating mission. I'm going to have a Mexicana one and it's going to be delicious. Mexicana and mushroom to be precise, because I do like cheese on mushroom toasties. Izzy's gone to get my laptop down. She's trying to hurry me along so she can get cracking on with biology. Today in biology, the main focus is actually going to be learning how to take notes for biology specifically, but how to take notes in general. We're going to work on this now. I need Izzy to really start actively getting the information out of the materials for herself independently from me, because if I do need to get a job, which I might do because, you know, no music work coming in, I'd say that's pretty much on the cards at some point. I'm just seeing how the pandemic goes. I'm waiting for the numbers to drop a bit and then I'll start actively looking, I think. But yeah, I think I might need to get her to be a lot more independent, but I think that's good, and I think it's appropriate to her developmental stage anyway now for her to be doing that, so I think it'll be time well spent. So that's what we're going to muddle our way through now for the next hour or so. I'll probably have a toastie in one hand and a pen in the other. This is smelling absolutely delicious. I think it's done. Okay, so this is how this is going, right? We've challenged ourselves to do a page of quick scribbly notes. We did do a bit of pausing, didn't we? It's because it was a bit fast. quick scribbly notes. And now we're pausing at this point because we're just breaking it into small chunks. We're going to transform this scribbly notes now into a page of beautiful, lush notes that we're going to feel proud
Well,
of.
here's the thing. You may think that Mum was quick too. No, she was like...
I know, I was rubbish at doing quick scribbly notes.
You kept having to pause every like 2 seconds.
I know, yeah. She's faster than me.
And that's why it looks like this.
Isabel was taking her eyes off the paper. You were just looking at the screen and writing without looking at the page. And I was like looking there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. Was the water being sucked up? I was one of those people that always did sound effects with drawings.
I don't think you're one of the ones. I think you're the only one.
There was definitely at least one boy in my primary school who always used to do sound effects.
Yeah,
he'd like draw bombs going off, and he'd be going
like that. Primary school, not 45-year-old.
Not key stage 4 at age 45. Oh, I can't help being me.
I know.
Right, Isabel's top of her plant looks like a pom bear. I'm just saying.
This is a beautiful expression, and it reminds me of a pom bear because xylums and phloems give me the warmth of a teddy bear.
Okay.
It's an expression. It's beautiful. It's emotional.
It's sidetracking. Let's get on. So here's mine. I'm feeling quite pleased with that.
I'm not done yet.
There's colour coding going on.
Yes.
Yes. Are we ready for the big reveal?
Almost. I'm doing purple for that bit. Oh no, I forgot to do the colour coding here. We're done.
Oh, right, okay. Hold it up then, let's have a look. Do, 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 do. I never know what that note is supposed to be there. So I've started her off. She's going to carry on doing that without me because obviously I don't actually need to learn the content of the course. I just need to facilitate Isabel learning it. And I'm going to go practice a bit more in the cellar while she's finishing that off. Then she's going to have a half an hour break. And then we're going to do English together, aren't we, for an hour, then a break, and then we're going to come back and do some more biology notes, or at least Izzy is. It's raining out. Look, it started again. It's about 20 past 3 now, or 25 past actually. I've just been having another half an hour of practice down in the cellar, just playing through those sort of classical style studies and just really enjoying it. Just no pressure. Just bimbling my way through them, finding tricky bits, stopping and working on the tricky bits a bit, and like, oh yeah, I needed to breathe more in those passages there so I'd have enough for this extra long passage, you know, even though I didn't feel like breathing in those bits, I need to tank up in advance, you know, that sort of thing. Just little, I don't know, little bits of little interest, sparks of interest throughout the whole piece. Very nice. Izzy's been having a break, she's still having a break, and we're going to do English next, and we're going to carry on working on those history vocabulary words. So I'm just basically going to do that very old school thing of saying, right, here's your list of words, go and write a sentence for each and then come back to me and then we'll take it from there and carry on through our book that we're working through, which is this one. And this is because she finished her correspondence course like really early. The English one, we've just got one chapter left to do on it, but I want to save it till nearer the exam because it's the last marked assessment that we've paid for in advance. So I'm kind of holding on to that one till the last minute really, because the last bit is a mock exam. So that's why we're doing it like that. So we're just basically working on the nitty-gritty basics, spelling, punctuation and grammar for a bit before deciding what to do next. Oh, she's done some more notes. Fair play to her. Well done, Iz. We did notice, if anybody picked up on that, that the arrows were pointing in the wrong direction. I'm starting to feel like I need a bit of a brain break now. I might even have one for 10 or 15 minutes as she does her little history words work for me. Might do a bit more my puzzle and drink more coffee. That would be nice. I think I'm allowed. I don't think I've had a break, have I? Because that Iceland delivery, that didn't really count as a break, did it? Cleaning all that and sticking it away. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do once I get her started. I'll just have a little 20 minutes. I kind of forget to have breaks as a homeschool mum because everything's kind of segmented in our day and it's all quite varied and interesting in a way. So I keep having a lot of changes and it feels like a break, but it's not. It's just more but different, if you know what I mean. Stop waffling him over. This is going to be a really long vlog. I can feel it in my bones. I should just stop talking to the camera. Speaking of the puzzle, as I was, look, I've done this much now. I did quite a bit. Last night I did these 2 sections, was it? I think last night. Yeah, enjoyed that. It's 9:30 at night now, and I checked how much footage I had, and it was indeed a lot, so I didn't film anymore, but now I'm just here to say goodnight and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!